What's going on, everyone? This is Max coming back at you once again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be covering the gaming portion of the Samsung QN900B. Now, if you like this type of content, if you could do me a favor by hitting that like button and that subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. So the first game that I'm going to be showing on the Samsung QN900B is going to be the Uncharted Legacy Collection, which has the Uncharted 4 and the Uncharted Lost Legacy remaster on the PS5. One thing that I could say about the QN900B, and I know there's been some concerns about the local dimming being disabled on game mode, I have not noticed any local dimming being disabled while playing in game mode. So what the QN900B is doing is a great job, especially when it comes to the game mode feature. Now, I know we could get into this whole debate about color accuracy, and I'm not going to talk about this in this video. I'm just going to be talking about specifically what the Samsung QN900B or even any Samsung TVs if you decide to purchase for 2022. I would say that Samsung hands down has one of the best gaming features out of any TV besides the LG. And this is something that if you're a gamer, Samsung should be on your top of the list as one of the TVs to look forward to when it comes to gaming. Not only does Samsung has 4 HDMI 2.1 with full bandwidth, but Samsung is also offering a gaming hub that's not offered in a lot of TVs besides LG. With the QN900B, you can also game at 4K 144 Hz, not 4K 120, but 4K 144 Hz, especially if you are a PC gamer. So not only that it caters towards the console arena, but it also caters towards the PC arena as well too. So those are huge benefits if you decide to get the QN900B. Now switching games to Street Fighter V. Now this is a PlayStation 4 game, but I'm also playing this on the PS5. So I'm into fighting games. This is something that I like to do, especially when I play Street Fighter, a little bit of Mortal Kombat. And you have seen in my previous videos that I also like to play Dragon Ball FighterZ. When it comes to fighting games or shooters, you have to have a TV with low latency when it comes to playing these type of games. And this is something that I think the QN900B shines at, especially when it comes to competitive fighting or when it comes to shooting. But looking at the picture of the QN900B, especially playing Street Fighter V, it is a beautiful picture. I have seen no issues at all when it comes to the gaming portion. I don't see any type of disabling in the local dimming area. So that's something that I just want people to be aware of. Now I'm about to go ahead and switch gears to Persona 5. And this game is a PS5 update. It's a little bit of the remaster version. So I'm about to play a little bit of this. I think this is a good demo to just show people who are into anime or into role-playing games that this TV really shines. Especially when it comes to, I know it's not a HDR game specifically, but this is a good game to highlight some of the great colors that's coming off the QN900B. And just by looking at this, if anyone who is into anime, especially when it comes to Persona 5, or if you're watching Hero Academia, if you're watching Dragon Ball Z, I mean, you name it, this is a amazing TV, especially when you're playing and watching anime. And so this is some of the demos that I just wanted to show, just to show pretty much a plethora of different games and different titles, just to show that I'm not having any type of issues when it comes to the local dimming department, or if I am, I don't see it at all. and I'm switching through these games just to kind of like show everyone some of the gameplay, especially when it comes to gaming on the QN900B. I am going to switch it to the last game is going to be God of War, just to kind of like show a little bit of gameplay footage. But looking at Persona 5 and looking at the colors, especially looking at the black levels, if you are considering the QN900B, this is something that I think is an added benefit for, especially for those, especially if you're spending this amount of money, that on the gaming side of the Samsung you would not have any issues. Now, going into picture quality, I know the picture could be better, especially when it comes to the settings, but looking at it from my viewpoint, I like I said, the picture looks great to me, and I know it needs some more adjustment, and this is coming from using standard on the game mode. The only thing that I did tweak on there is I did dial down the color a little bit. I'll go over some of my settings in a later video, but this is what looks good to me while I'm playing games. But I just hopefully in this video this shows a little bit of a better demonstration of what the QN900B can do, especially capturing this on my Sony a7 IV. Hopefully this gives a little bit better depiction. It's not a true depiction because you can never get a true depiction off a camera, and then also looking at YouTube, but I want to give everyone just an idea of some of the capabilities of what Samsung QN900B can do. So for the QN900B, when it comes to being an 8K television, when it comes to upscaling, especially when it comes to 1080p content, this is something that I didn't talk about in my previous review on the QN900B. The upscaling is good, decent. It's not great. The only reason I'm saying that is when it comes to, if I'm comparing it to the Sony A90J, which I do have as well too. I do think that the Sony upscaling is better than the Samsung, but they are pretty close. And what I'm going to do in future videos is I am going to be doing some comparison videos against the Sony A90J and the QN900B, so please stay tuned for that. But when it comes to the gaming portion, when it comes to upscaling wise, I really don't see too much of a benefit on the 8K side. But then again, I do have a 65-inch version just testing out. I know if I have a 75-inch or an 85-inch, then I might have a different answer when it comes to that. So those are the things that you have to consider as well. If 8K is a benefit, in my opinion, I don't think it is. So not at this time right now, because you don't have any 8K content out, and if you're gaming, especially on the PC side, you really don't. I really don't see the benefit in playing 8K, especially you have 8K 30. So those are kind of like the things that I think about. But when it comes to upscaling wise, I really don't see too much of a difference. But it's very close to the Sony processor. So I will say that Samsung has done a good job on the QN900B. So if people are considering getting an 8K TV specifically for that, those are some of the things that I could see that could go neck and neck. But Sony is doing a better job when it comes to motion, when it comes to low latency. I would say the low latency side, Samsung does have the upper hand when it comes to motion. Now that is something that Sony is still better at. But now I'm playing a little bit of God of War. I do want to show some gameplay footage to show that looking at some of the dark shadow areas, I do not see any type of local dimming being disabled where you see grayness or washed out color. Everything look vibrant, everything looks good, especially when it comes to the black levels. So I'm about to go ahead and end this video, but if you do like this type of content, do me a favor by hitting that like button and that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. Let me know in the comments of what you think about the gaming features, specifically on the QN900B. What do you think about it? What do you like about it? do you think about considering getting the QN900B? I know that is still expensive. I say go ahead and wait till later this year when it goes on discount, but I would like to know what everyone thinks. But until next time, I'll see everyone on the next one, and thanks again for watching my video. Take care.